Year 1, hello. And we're going for a double whammy science this week. So yesterday, what you should have done is you should have been looking at and investigating floating or sinking. And remember, floating, pretend my hands in water, is when something sits on top of the water, and then if it sinks, or sinking is when it drops down to the bottom. Here's the water, it drops down. Okay, so you should have been investigating different objects and different materials and seeing whether they float or if they sink. What I want you to do for today's lesson is I want you to make a boat for a boy and a penguin. This isn't a penguin, I know it's a panda, but I haven't got a penguin, okay? I want you to see if you can make a boat, just like they did in Lost and Found, that's going to float on the water. And then the boy and your penguin can sit on top of and not fall in the water, so it keeps them dry. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have a think about what materials are good for floating, so that's what you're going to have to make your boat out of. Do you think you're going to want to make a boat out of coins? Because the coin sunk to the bottom, didn't it? Would that be good if your boat sunk to the bottom of the water? I don't think it would. So you're going to want to have something that floats, something like one of the bottles, because that floated on the top of the water, didn't it? That sat on the top, didn't sink. So maybe you would like to make it out of something like that. Maybe you'd like to use some cardboard, because that sat on top of the water as well, didn't it? The bit of paper, that didn't sink. So use some of the materials that you've got at home and you can design your own boat for a boy and a penguin to sit in and make sure they don't float. No, make sure they do float. Make sure they don't sink. Silly Mr. Stillwell. Have a go. I'm going to show you mine now. Once you've finished making your boat, it's time to go and test it. So you need to go and put it into the middle of your water. Don't drop it, remember just to place it on the top and see what happens. Does it float or does it sink? Hopefully it floats. Let's go and test mine now. So here I have my boat, it's ready to go and ready to be tested. Here we go, hopefully it floats. So place it gently on the top of the water. Yay, it's a success. It is floating, it's still up, and the penguin and the boy are in the boat. It hasn't sunk to the bottom. Does your boat float or does it sink? Amazing, so mine did float. How fantastic is that? I wonder if yours floated at home. Did you make it using the right materials? Maybe it was too heavy, or maybe it was a bit unbalanced, so it was a bit wobbly. Maybe if it didn't float, you can have a go at maybe making some changes to it to see if you can make it float. Well done, guys. I'd love to see some pictures of your boats. So please do send them in to the school email, the year 1 email. If you have, I'd love to see them. That'd be fantastic. There's been some really nice pictures of things you've been making sent in. So I'd love to see these ones for our science lesson. Hope you have fun. Hope you can get your boat to float. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.